Hello, good beings. Hello, sweet cheeks. See, it's so sweet when your cheeks are smiling. So, I am hopping in here, hopping into this portal dimension, this world of ascension, this world of woo, beauty and everything. Everything is beautiful things. All right, guys, to the point. Basically, so I started off this year. January 2nd was my first day of doing a 30-day raw challenge, and I kept going into February. And then about a week and a half ago, I let myself have a little bit of a cooked thing. And then I had, and now, up until today, I've been being like mostly raw just because that's what I want anyways, to be honest. And then I've been having some other things, some other vegan cooked foods. Um, and you know what? I still feel good. And at the same time, I feel inspired to go back on raw because I was really detoxing and my body was really changing a lot when I was on raw. Right now, it's more that I've come to this sort of like middle point where it's like, I feel good. I'm thinking well, I have great energy, all of the above, but I know that I only did 30 days raw. And I think um from what I've observed and from what in other people's journey, watching other people's journeys, and also from my own, I know I was just getting started into the good stuff because it took me a couple weeks to get past detox symptoms and then for everything to clear out. Not everything, but a good that first wave to clear out. So now I'm interested to see, okay, so if I start raw again, will I have detox again? So this is just another experiment that I'm doing. And I wanted to just say sometimes this can seem all this raw food stuff and people going back and forth between all raw and then having a little cooking, then they feel bad or something like that. Like, I didn't want to do that to myself. I didn't want to make this an eating disorder. I didn't want to make this an excuse or what's what I'm looking for. I didn't want to make this something that turned into something detrimental, right? Like, what I did want to do was experiment, was have my own real script, making your own scripture. That's something that I'm really proud to say that I embody, that I strive to embody, that I just sort of naturally do, pretty much because of my stubbornness. Like, I can trust somebody for their frame of reference, but it's hard for me to trust any person absolutely unless they're in that absolute. I mean, I don't know that I've ever spoken to anyone who is truly in that state of just like pure awareness, in moments, yeah. But as far as like longevity, I think everybody's meant to be their own soldier, their own hero, their own light worker, their own devil, You're meant to be your own angel, you're meant to be your own everything. That's why we have these unique experiences. It's all the same thing. We're all one, but it's just, enjoy your version of it. Enjoy what's true for you. So anyway, so yeah, I'm going to fumble around and I wanted to make a video because I do want to do an experiment of just going back to all raw because I was really enjoying the different benefits that I was feeling from all raw. That I have a lot of similar ones from being like high raw, right, as I am right now. But I just wanted to see if like I don't know, if there really is a difference for me. And also what I find is that there's something really truly important about just going beyond food with it and going into your intention and your consciousness. And the thing that I would say is that when I eat raw food, I just naturally am in a higher consciousness because the food is like literally the color to my eyes is so vibrant. So I feel like it's nourishing me. There's something about vibrancy of color that feels very nourishing because it's like so ready. These molecules are so ready and energized and alive. And so they're so ready to assimilate into any living being, into a living being, right? I don't want to say any living being. There's different consciousnesses, but like the the fruits vibrate so high. They have these really bright, beautiful colors if they're really good fruits. And I think, that was one of the things that happened to me also is that the weather got extra cold where I am. Like, it was already in winter when I did the 30 days, but it's been extra cold. And so I started to crave more of like a potato. And honestly, I don't regret eating the potato at all. For whatever reason in the moment, it looked like candy to me. Like, And not in like a bad way, in like such a nourishing way. It felt like my body was asking for me to do that. So I did want to mention that as far as speaking on having an eating disorder, if you're doing raw or something like that, or making it into an eating disorder where you start to feel like cooked food is bad, I would really advise it for you to not feel that way, because and you've heard this before, right? But I want to say it to you in a certain way where you might be able to actually assimilate it into your being, so, and actually receive it. So the way that you eat something, your honor and your like intention for it is so important. And also it's important to not think that you know better than your body knows for itself. So to not think like you can't trust your body. Because what I will say is, a lot of people say, well, you can't trust your body because parasites, blah, blah, blah. Yes, I understand the parasites, but if you actually get in tune with your body, you'll be able to feel the difference between you and a parasite. Maybe you can't. But what I'm saying is that, like, don't fear that, but always keep the intention of listening to your divine soul body. Right? You're listening to your body. Have that intention, and then you'll get there. Maybe you'll fumble along the way, but you'll get to the point where you have a really, really tight relationship with your body. That's where I'm feeling right now. Like, I have a better relationship with my body than I've ever had in my life. Like, I love my body, and I'm so honored to be here within this temple and this body. And y'all, whew, it's intense, like what raw foods can do. And that's why I say, like, I want to go back on all raw, because it just there was a certain just level of like, I felt so angelic, and I still do feel angelic, like vibrations and everything, and I always reconnect to it as soon as I eat, let's say an apple. So like, let's say I'll eat something that isn't raw, and then I'll just be like, I kind of wanting that juicy, like I'm like missing the raw food. So I'll have a bite of an apple and I just instantly feel reconnected. It's like an instant reconnection. And I'm sorry for this terrible like beige background. I don't know if anybody's still watching. If you are, I love you, and be wild and free. Okay, my dog's barking a lot. But yeah, just to wrap up, basically don't make raw food an eating disorder, but also feel free to experiment, and also feel free to experiment with that being said. But also, you don't want to put your body through the ringer. You want to find something that works for you. That's how I feel, at least. That's how I feel with my body. And what's working for me is really listening to my body, and really it's wanting mostly raw foods. Now, here and there, it's wanting a little cooked food. And I think, again, that's because of the weather. And you could say, well, raw food, you can push through the craving. Okay, you can. But, like, I'm not about being extreme on that level. I'm about being extremely conscious about what I do. And I know that I have a lot of, I can improve that, even right now, and just setting this intention. I did set an intention before I got on here, and I'm really happy if you received it. And I am so grateful for each and every one of you, and for your shine and for your light. I want to see more of you. Whoever you are, we want to see more of you. So that's what I'm going to leave you with. More you-ness, please. More you. We want more you. Mwah. Much love.